Welcome to Random Select. Please enjoy.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mario, and I would like to welcome you into another episode of the Random Select Podcast, the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk. And today we're going to talk about sex and what happens when you talk truthfully about sex. This is going to be part one of a 3-part series. And today we have on the show Carlotta, we have Valencia, we have Dave, and we have Will. And we know that sex sells, and sex along with money makes the world go round. So we're going to talk about it, kind of cover it from different aspects. So we're going to get right into it right now. So with that being said, let's go. We're going to start off with you, Will. And I want each one of you guys to kind of finish this sentence. Sex is most enjoyable when what, Will?
Sex is most enjoyable when your partner is on the same wavelength as you are.
Meaning,
you all like it the same amount of times, the same frequency, meaning that you all, both of you like the same stuff. When you go to insurrection, you can't go to insurrection and one of y'all going to pick up videos, another one you're going to pick up, a whole other outfit, because that don't match up unless that's what both of y'all want to do. So having the same wavelength as far as your kink level, for lack of a better way to put it. And being able to just talk to the person, because you might want to try something out. Being able to just say it and not have to hint around and, do all this stuff and just come and say, hey, look, I want to try this. And if it don't work, it don't work. But, just have that open air of conversation where you can, bring something up and not be looked at as if you some sort of, sicko.
Okay, so you saying being on the same wavelength as when y'all go to Insurrection or Starship, if you go get the anal beads, she get the lubricant to go with it, on that same type of wavelength?
Yeah.
Okay, Dave, what about you? Sex is most pleasurable when what?
In my mind, it's just more pleasurable when somebody's just open to just sex in general. A lot of people have these, I don't do this, I don't do that. And I ain't, when you meet people like that, it's just not fun. You gotta be kinky. Cause, sometimes sex can happen anywhere. Especially, it ain't, if you only have sex in the bedroom, you ain't having sex right. So, sex can happen anywhere, almost at any given time, at almost any function when you're with the right person. So, for me, she has to be real open-minded, like myself. And, it can happen on a family reunion in the woods somewhere, y'all just walking. I mean, things happen.
So for you, sex is most enjoyable when the person is open-minded.
Most definitely open-minded. It's just,
okay.
Sex is sex. It's great.
All right, let's go to you, Carlotta. Sex is most pleasurable when what happens?
When I'm in love and I'm in a relationship. Mine is all emotional. An emotional connection.
That's it?
Yep. Casual don't do it for me.
Okay, so sex is most pleasurable for you when you and that other person is in love with each other.
Right. It has to be an emotional connection which takes it to another level.
Okay, wait. Well, it don't have to be in love, but just an emotional connection, or it has to be love?
In love.
Oh, okay. All right, so Valencia, let's round this question up with you. Sex is most pleasurable when what happens?
When I am physically, emotionally, and intellectually attracted to you. And I say that because I can be physically attracted to you, but intellectually, if we're not there, I can't do it. It has been times where I thought I wanted to sleep with somebody, but then once he started opening his mouth, I was turned off by it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if one is not in place out of the intellectual, physically, and what was the other, emotional?
Yeah.
So if all three of those don't line up, you're not interested sexually in them.
I can't do it.
Okay, so you could be emotionally into him, physically in him, but if he dumber than a bag of rocks, you don't want him.
It don't. It doesn't. Why do it? It doesn't even make sense to sleep with somebody that's stupid. It don't make sense. In my eyes, it don't. I mean, for other people, it may just be, let me go ahead and get my rocks off and I'm over and done with it. But no, for the most part, the people that I have slept with, I mean, I'm cool with. I have relationships with them, even though we're not in a relationship.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit. I'm gonna start with you, Carlotta. If you had to rate your sex game on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate it?
What do you mean? With my physical skill?
You know what I'm asking. If you had to rate your sex game, you know, because women love to say, I ain't had no complaints. So if you had to rate yourself, where would you rate yourself?
I would say an 8. But it has a lot to do with me getting to 8. It's just not, let's do this and I'm going into 8. It has to be a lot of stuff connected to it. Just like Valencia was saying, you know, you got to be a full package connection for you to feel like you want to go to an 8, because you're making a choice in the moment where you're going, what number you're going to be at.
I must have ran across a lot of women who just didn't give a damn in my lifetime. So
got my phone on mute because I got.
How much of them were for real and how much of them were faking? That's the thing.
But what I'm saying is, if all three things have to line up like that with every woman you bet, boy, there'd be some guy with some big ass Popeye looking arms out here.
But I think it all happens when you get older. When you're younger, you have no clue. You just thinking, let them penetrate. And as you get older, you realize what you want, what you like. So when you're young, you're going to have a lot of experiences. A lot of these girls got fucked but don't even know what the hell they were doing or why they even did it.
I agree with that. I mean, it's just, wow. So, all right, so we're looking at, you know, the 8, the top of the line. So, Dave, let me ask you this question. Where you rate your sex game, player?
I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to just say 8 for different reasons. I guess, I ain't never, you know, been in bed with somebody and start talking calculus or algebra, nothing like that. So, I don't know. I say 8 because of who I am and things I like doing and how long I can go is kind of anomaly, especially at 42. It's kind of amazing to me. But this I ain't never
Sound good.
You want to have sex? Let's you know. I ain't, you know. I'm confused right now about some things, but that's about it. I say 8. Y'all got me thrown off right now. Go ahead.
I don't understand what you throw it off by, because you just realized that maybe you were with a woman and all your stuff that matched up and she just still screwed you anyway. Now you starting to realize, you know, maybe ask what didn't line up.
I ain't mad about it. I can't believe this. I ain't mad about it.
All right, Will. Let me ask you a question, man. Where you rate your sex game at, and you think everything lined it up for you and your wife? You know, your physical, emotional, and intellectual part.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if it didn't line up, I wouldn't be married. So that'd be. I said, I've already had one divorce. I said, there's no sense in me rolling the dice and screwing up twice. So I had to learn from all those mistakes in the past and not make those again. I mean. And allow everybody else. I mean, I've never thought about giving myself a rating. Just, I mean, to me, it's more of a pass-fail, you know, evaluation. You say you either get the job done or you don't. I mean, and I've gotten the job done with the partners I've had, so that's where I look at it. I say, you know, either she walk away satisfied or she walk away not satisfied. That's the bottom line. So. I don't have a number I can put on it as far as a rating. I just know that I've always made sure, you know, if you give me a chance to figure out, you know, what buttons to push, I'll push them for you. So that's where I look at it.
All right, Mr. Button Pusher, keep it moving then. All right, Valencia. So let me ask you, what's your level? I mean, what's your rating on your sex game?
I'm gonna say this. And I got to kind of go back with Will was just saying. I'm going to say 9. And the reason why I say 9, because of the connection that I've had with people, that open line of communication has been there. So it was no hidden secrets. It wasn't guessing what either one of us liked. So it's never been an issue for anyone that I've been active with or any complaints, so to speak. I would never say I'm a 10 because you're going to always have somebody that's better than you in that area. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and give myself a 9.
Okay. All right, a 9. And this is all I got to say about that. I'm like y'all. I don't know what the rating is, but I know I've had moments where I walked away knowing that I've conquered some things, and I've had moments where I walked away and said, "But I hope she called me back because I got mine and got the hell out of there." So I don't know. You know, that's one of them type of things you would have to ask the person you with, because I know, like I said, I've had conquests, and I know I've had some moments where, you know, I don't know if I can look her in the face. I know I wasn't right here. So, you know, you're right. I don't know if you could put a rating on it, but that's something you would have to ask another person. But, you know, the reason what made me ask that question was, you know, women love to say that I ain't never had no complaints, you know, but go ask his best friend and see if you've had some complaints, because they ain't going to complain to you because they might eventually want to come back and hit. So, you know, so we'll move on to the next question. Well, let me ask the men one of the questions real quick, and we'll move on to the next question. Have you ever had that moment where you felt when you were done, you know that, as we like to say, boy, I blew her back out, I tore that up? You ever had a moment where when you know your performance was below level? Dave, Will?
Wait a minute, are you asking that? Do you know if it was above level or below?
Below level. Because we all think we always above level, but have you ever had a moment where you walked away knowing, whew, that wasn't my best performance there?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's happened. I mean, and there's been times when, you know, and I would say, you know, as a man, I said, you just don't get the opportunity to say, not now. Because if you say not now or later or something, at bare minimum, you're going to be looked at as a punk. At max, it's going to be looked at as if you cheating or something going on, because God forbid, let's say you get tired when somebody tap you on the shoulder. It's like, you know what, I need a nap. Let me come back to it. What's wrong? I said, who you messing with? I ain't messing with nobody. I'm messing with tired. I'm sleep. Let me sleep.
Now,
Lord knows, as a man, you don't get that option to say you got a headache or nothing. I said, you always got to be on call, like you a firefighter.
I would say, I mean, we've all had our feelings at some point, but I ain't never talking about I was asleep. Ready to go. Like I told everybody I ever dated. Hey, you start without me. Eventually, I wake up.
Okay. So let me ask the women.
Wow. Okay.
Have either one of you had that moment where the guy got up and go, baby, that was the best I ever had? You laid it down there, but in your mind you were thinking about what you're gonna cook or grocery list, or you know that I ain't really do shit. You know what I mean? And one of y'all ever had that moment?
Lots of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hold on now. With it being
Think
said,
about it now. Think about it.
This is lots of time with all the people y'all probably sexually, intellectually attracted to.
Yeah, that's true
I'm
too.
saying it as a mother, and if I'm in a relationship with you, if you're someone that I am seeking to please, I'm gonna do my best to make sure that you're satisfied in that area, because as your girl, that's my job, that's my responsibility. But as a mother, I'm also thinking about some other shit that I got to do too. So yeah, quite natural. I'm gonna go ahead, get this over, do what I need to do for you, and keep life moving. That may not be the best in my head, but in the back of it, like after it's all said and done, baby, you know what, you got down on that one. But
Speaking of head,
I ain't thinking like that.
All right, Kalada, what's your take
But
on that?
I've seen times where you could just see where the man got lost. It's like the testosterone kicked in, and you could see where it went into selfish mode, and he totally got lost into his own damn satisfaction. And you're sitting there watching the whole thing, but because he's so caught up in the high, he can't even see that it's one-sided and selfish. And that's when you see where this person will finish and think, I just conquered the world, and you looking at them like, you ain't even noticed I was out of this interaction a couple minutes ago.
Let me ask you a question. I'm just being dead ass serious. If we all get, some people wouldn't give a damn if you was in it or not once he gets started. Now it's your job let somebody know that this ain't going right, or you better do something different. If he get going and
No,
like
it's
you
not
said, I got lost.
It's not my job to tell him. He got selfish in the moment. It's not my job to tell him. He got to take control of his shit. You can't just keep fucking and then all of a sudden
but ain't you
just
but
decide,
don't you?
oh, let me try. You supposed to balance it.
Crazy. If it ain't right,
be.
if it ain't right with a guy, especially giving bad head. Well, I don't know about the rest of them. I'm telling you, you doing this shit wrong.
I agree with Dave because I'm gonna stop you dead in your tracks and let you know, baby. Hey, wait a minute, hold up. Let's pump the brakes for just a second. What you think you're doing, you ain't doing.
I'm talking about when a guy is in penetration.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. They're gone. You know.
No, but see, you have to stop them.
That's my guy.
You can't accept that because see, if you set that tone, then he's quite naturally that's what he's gonna continue to do. You stop that nigga, let him know, hey, look, bro, hold on, baby, hold on, let's pause for a second. You ain't doing it right. You ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing because, like Dave said, if I ain't doing what I'm supposed to be doing, you gonna let me know. I think
you damn right. You damn right.
I don't think it's an issue of they're not doing it right when all they're doing is, oh, I got caught up in the moment. I see my shit coming in 30 minutes and I can't help it. I'm gone. By the time you try to stop them, tell them you ain't doing something right, they're already at the peak. You know what I mean? And that's what I was mostly talking about, not other stuff.
But don't see that's a function.
No, you got to
go ahead, Will. Go ahead, Will.
See, that's a function of. That's honestly, let's just call a spade a spade. That's just being with the wrong dude at that point. Because if the dude is into you, if y'all got the connection y'all say y'all got, and y'all into each other, that may happen one time. If you tell him, hey, babe, you know, I said, I need you to pump your brakes a little bit because you got to the finish line a little bit ahead of me. If that's your guy and y'all on that wavelength, he's going to work to make sure that you that's not going to be a frequent occurrence. That's going to be a one-time thing that if it's addressed, you know, at that point, it's going to be worked on. That's not something that's going to happen with your man on a regular basis. Not your man, unless there's something medical going on that's its own set of subject. But honestly, that's just if that happen more than twice with the same dude, that's supposed to be your guy. That ain't your guy.
I don't know a woman who don't say go faster, go slower, go faster, slower, faster. I don't know
that. And that's why all that casual fucking ain't all this cracked up to be, because that's what most guys come with.
I mean, but that's different.
You gotta say something to somebody. This shit ain't going right. Period. Point blank. If it ain't going right for you, you gotta say something. You need to slow your ass down. You need to snap back into it.
Right. As a woman that has to deal with the dick, Dave, a lot of men don't know what the fuck they doing. They think they just go in and push, and you can't give a lesson in the middle of that shit. Nobody wants to give lessons.
I will. I'm sorry.
The fuck you can.
No, at that time, I'm summing up that, guess what? Your ass, you just got a failing grade. I'm not a lesson type. I want you to come already. You have studied and you're ready for this shit. I don't give lessons.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a good train of thought. That's two different schools of thought. You got the woman that's willing to teach and the woman who figure you should already come.
If you're like a guy that fuck a lot of people, you can't ask somebody to come out with a train, because you know how you get trained? You got to fuck a lot of different people. So if you want him to be what you want him to be, you got to train him to be what you want him to be. It's like any job in the world. You get trained for that particular job. Every woman is different. You got to teach that nigga how to please you, not how he please other people. Period, point blank.
You can't teach a man how to make love. He needs to go learn that shit for himself. Because
how you going to learn it?
It's emotional. It's emotional. He has to go learn what he likes to do for himself. You can't have him come like a robot and tell him, this is what you do, this is what you do, because he's really not doing it from what he really likes.
It's telling him what you like. Not what he got to do, but tell him what you like. Like Will said, that man into you, he go do what you like to make sure you are happy. If you just got to get fucked, you just got to get fucked. That's it. You want a man to really please you. He go please.
Well, let me ask you a question, Carlotta. You don't think that at some point you might want to say something? Because let's face it. Let's be honest with this. All of us as men got a set routine, right? We got a set routine, but that routine, what works on Valencia, may not work on you. So I don't know that. You got to kind of tell me that, baby, I don't like my hair being pulled. So, okay, I know, don't pull her hair. I was about to pull your hair.
But what
Don't
I've
choke.
found is that you can't keep telling people what you like, because then you get like you put yourself in a box where you don't even open up your mind to other stuff you might like, because you already tell them exactly where to go. So I believe
No.
in
That's not true. Listen, you tell him what you like, and then from there y'all expand on what you're talking about, what you like. Cause a lot of shit just takes time for a lot of people. Some people, it's thing is bondage, and it's something is light bondage. You tell people what you like. You don't have to go all out and just say and be closed-minded about it. You cannot be sitting there getting screwed and not necessarily enjoying what's going on because he off his own little world somewhere. That you're crazy as hell. Please.
I guess what she's trying to say is that she want a man that kind of do some exploring on his own instead of going right to his routine. I guess.
No. I agree with the exploring. Exploring is easy. What I'm saying is, you saying that A, he may fit in too fast, and B, you already done clocked out. If you already done clocked out, you gotta tell him what to do to keep you clocked in.
I don't know. I believe just like playing sports, if you are on the defense, communication is the key. I think that if you like something, you got to tell somebody something. Because if I was with a girl and she giving head and she using too much teeth,
Stop.
You not gonna eat me up.
Using the hands too much. Listen, baby, I can jack my own dick. You gotta tell them what you like.
I don't know how to coordinate the mouth and the hands properly. Because if you do it outside each other, like that, you don't turn to the silly putty.
I can do this. I can jack my own. Now let me use your hand.
Mario. Next
Yeah.
question, please.
All right, next question. All right, where were we? With that being said, let me ask y'all this: Is anal sex considered the norm now, or is it still a taboo type thing? I mean, Valencia, I'm gonna start since you asked to go to the next question. Y'all women out there, are guys asking for this more, or are you into it? I mean, what's the vibe on that on anal sex?
It's a hell no. You ask me, you're going to get your feelings hurt. I'm going to tell you no. If you try, I'm going to cuss your ass out and might punch you in your face, depending on where we at. But I think and this may be going off subject, I think in the younger generation, it's more normal because they feel like if they do it, they won't get pregnant. This is just based off the conversations that I'm hearing amongst my children and their friends. When they come home and tell me these things, it's normal. You know, back in the day when we was out there doing it, anal sex, what the hell is that? That was the nastiest thing in the world. I've never met a guy that has asked me to do it. I guess no. I'm listening to what I'm telling you. I've never met a guy that have asked me to do it because when we are talking about what we like, I put that out there firsthand. This is what I don't do. Now, if you can't comply with that, then you need to leave me alone. Stop talking to me because I'm not going to bend my rules for you.
Okay, I got you. What about you, Kalada? What's your opinion on that?
I think anal sex is the new version of oral sex back in the 80s. In the 80s, everybody thought oral sex was the dirtiest thing in the world, and everybody would not admit to it. Now, you look like a fool if you say you're not into it. Like, what church? You're a Christian? You don't believe in it? You know what I mean? It's the norm now. So I think a lot more people are doing it. They're just not saying it because it's the taboo, just like how oral sex used to be the taboo.
Okay, so Valencia, let me jump this right back before I jump to Dave and Will. So do you believe if a man asks you for oral sex, then, this is the big thing. You know, if a man asks a woman for oral sex, that means he must be gay because he asking for oral sex. Like, there's no difference between...
You mean anal sex?
The anal sex. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's no difference between a man and a woman. Like, I don't know the difference between a man and a woman. So, do y'all women feel that way, that if he asks you that he got to be gay?
It depends.
It depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
It's a vibe. It's a certain vibe you got to look for.
Right. It's women, we can pretty much tell if he's into something else besides us. But like I said, I put it out there on the table. This is what I'm not gonna do. And I've had people to call me back. I've had people not to call me back. And the ones that didn't call me back, that let me know, hey, this is what you went to. I'm not bending my rules for you because I wouldn't expect you to do the same for me. If it's something that I did or did not do that you didn't like, I'm not going to ask you to comply. go above and beyond. I'm just not gonna do it.
So what y'all saying is the way the guy asks you depends on so when he asks you for the anal sex, he asks it like that. Hey girl, you know.
What I'm saying is when you're talking to a guy, when you're meeting a guy, you can pretty much tell if his mannerisms, his conversations, and things like that. It's something that will pretty much case in point. I met this guy. I'm gonna keep this very short and sweet. This was about 4 years ago. I kind of had a feeling he was into men and women, but I could not put my hands on it. I could not put my hands on it. When I went to his house, I saw toys. And he got a little bit too happy with those toys, and he was rubbing himself with it. So that right there solidified he was into more, not only women, but he was into men as well. So it's something, huh?
You say toys, you mean dildo?
Yes.
Okay, thank
those
you.
Little
we
beads.
ain't going crazy.
Okay, yes, he had those. He had those little beads, whatever the little butt popper thing, whatever that crap is. He had all those in there. He had a lot of crap in there that just kind of threw me off.
So
and I was
you met a man that had dildo and anal beads.
Dude, let me tell you something. It messed me up so bad. Hello, okay.
Good thing you went to his house.
That's all you need to know. I couldn't do it because it's something my intuition would not allow me to do anything else. If anything, I kept asking him. I said, "So, what else do you like to do? What else are you into?" Well,
so you never slept with this guy though, right?
Never, ever, never, ever. But I had
you went to his house and he was just out and about, or you just went through some shit.
Well, no, he asked me to come over. He asked me to come over.
Stuff was just out. The stuff was just out and about, or you went through something.
Okay, I went into his bedroom, this other bedroom where I normally take my shoes and stuff off. This stuff normally wasn't laying around, but it just so happened it was on the other side of the bed, and I saw it, and I looked through it. I looked through it.
Used or unused?
I don't know. I didn't want to tell. After I saw that shit, I was traumatized. I had to leave. What the hell wrong with you? I had to leave.
I hate to tell you, Mario, it was out the package, probably used.
I don't know, but I was traumatized. I was traumatized behind that.
Oh.
I just couldn't do it.
Okay, let me go to Will on this one, and then I get your opinion on the day. So where you stand at? How you see the whole anal sex thing? Because it's a big debate, that if a man asks for it, he gotta be gay.
No, I mean to Felicia's point, I said it's one thing to ask for it, and I said you asking for it, wearing a tutu and doing all sorts like for instance, you walking in and you see a pack of dildos on the bed. That's something different. I said it's part of a sexual relationship. If you want to have that with your woman, that's fine. If your woman wants to engage in that, that's fine. I said there's nothing wrong with it in and of itself. I said all the other red flags are the red flags that should. All the other red flags are going to be red flags that show up anyway. So that should just be. I mean, to Felicia's point, you walk into any single guy's house and see a dildo. To me, you might as well walk back out because at that point, all your questions been answered.
All right, Dave, come on. Give me your opinion.
Well, I don't think.
Give me your opinion on it.
I'm gonna kind of agree with Carl a little bit. I think it is still is taboo. Cause a lot of people will never admit to it, but in my mind, last 10 years, more women definitely do it in the last 10 than normal. It could be the rise of everybody watching porn and everybody trying to fit in. But it has changed over the years, and damn well I don't think shit gay. I don't know if people think that, cause if you don't like it, you don't like it. But just cause you don't like it, don't mean somebody gay because they asked for it. Hell, in this day and time, you ain't gotta ask for a lot of times. You just do the shit, and they be already into it. So it's kind of odd. It's an odd combination, but I still think it is kind of a little taboo. But
so with
taboo.
Okay, so with that being said, you've been with a woman and just decide you were going, what, she ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna put it in there. You've done that, Dave. No questions asked. Just did it.
There's certain things you do live to that point, and then, so she tell you no, she into it.
So Valencia, let me go back to that. Even though you told a man that you ain't with it, ain't nobody never just try to whip it out on you. Just try to do it.
Nope.
Just try to do it.
No, but
That's what you just said, Dave. When you with a woman, hell, I mean,
it's certain
I
things
just
you
try
do
to
might
do
lead us. It's certain things you do that might lead up to it. See, if she say don't do this, don't do that.
y'all crazy. No, it's never happened, but I have had a moment where this person was a little bit too excited and accidentally went back there. That shit did hurt.
Yeah, it hurt. It's gonna put a show. That shit make you mad.
So, yes, that has happened before. But as far as, intentionally do it, no, I've never had that to happen.
Okay.
All
right, so.
What you say?
I ain't said that.
Dave? What you say, Dave?
I ain't said nothing at all. Go ahead, keep going.
All right. Any slippages on you, Colada?
Guys always try to pull that shit. Try to act like, oh, it was an accident. All these years you're fucking, you can't find the hole yet. You can't figure out what spot it's in. So that's a move they always try to do. Act like I didn't realize I went down so far. It's a game.
Okay.
All right. So far. You mean, go ahead.
It depends on which way you turned.
All right.
I guess so. Yeah, it again. You're right. You're right.
If everybody lined up that emotional, physical, and intellectual for the women, is tossing salad cool to y'all when everything lined up? You doing the guy. I'm asking Valencia and Nicola.
No.
You ain't never tossed a guy salad, Valencia.
Well, first you got to define toss the salad. Not everybody listening gonna know what the hell you're talking about.
I understand what you're asking me. What's your definition of that? Because if it's what I think it is, it's hell no.
The booty like groceries. I'll say can do groceries.
I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know, but two definitions: the real tossing salad and this.
And eat the booty like groceries.
Dude.
So your answer no.
You mean to tell me he want to give? The answer is no. God. What the hell? No. That's nasty.
Wow. Well, like I said, I ain't got to ask the guy, so, I mean.
You know what? Something is wrong with you.
So nobody ain't never tossed your salad?
Dude, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we call dead air. So. Okay, so we'll move on. Colada, that's a question you want to answer, or you just want us to move on?
I think when it comes to that stuff, you gotta be in a deep connection with your partner where you could go to another level and you could go past the mental stuff that's attached to it. When it comes to sex, a lot of that shit, if you really look at it, when you come out of the zone, is nasty. So it depends on your connection and how deep you are into somebody.
All right. So I guess it ain't fair to ask the women and not ask the men. Dave, you believe in tossing salad?
That's a lot of shit you don't find nasty.
Huh?
It's a lot of things I just don't find nasty.
They just said yes. They just did.
Hey.
All right, Willie J.
No, I can't do it. I can do a lot of stuff, but I can't do that. I can't do that.
Hey.
Can't do it.
The year was 1993, 94.
Okay, so the flip side, you can't do it, but can you have it done?
No. That's a no-go on both fronts. That's
not true, Will. Come on.
I'm talking about, man. Come on, stop this nonsense, man.
But won't do
it. For me, because, okay, let me just, my way I feel about it is, as a guy, there's only two ways a woman can toss your salad, and both of them are completely emasculating for a guy. Either you got your butt in the air, or you got your legs cut back in the air. So I don't see how that works. I can't do that.
That is true.
I can't do that.
But if you're with your partner and you're comfortable and you don't have to worry about your manhood, it don't matter if you got your legs up in the air.
First of all, it's not necessarily true.
Yeah, right, it ain't true. Okay, hold on. Okay, because Mario, you had to excuse me because I'm about to take over the podcast for a second. So, okay, so that being said, Carlotta, if you with your man and your deep emotional connection, and he break out the strap on and ask you to put the strap on to him, are you gonna be okay with that?
Different.
That's two different
Okay.
things, bro.
Nah, Will, that's two different things right there.
That's two different things. That's two
Yeah,
different
that's
things.
two different things. Will, I mean, that's a whole nother ball game right there. Oh,
Answer that is no, hell no. But
Don't knock it till you try it, Will.
Oh, boy, y'all got me in tears over here, boy. Oh my God.
I had
I'm
to
just
mute
telling
mine.
from this.
I'm sorry.
I'm telling you from experience that the first time somebody did me, it wasn't nothing in the air. It just happened. She was going down on me. She went three places there almost at one time. Penis, balls. I'm like, what the hell you doing? But I ain't stopping because that's what she wanted to do.
Plus, I'm sure you wanted to see where it's gonna go, right?
Huh?
Plus,
She said
I'm sure you wanted to see where it's gonna go, feeling wise.
I wonder. First of all, it wasn't no real feeling because it shocked me. I was in shock. Like, what is she doing?
I'm just gonna say, for the record, I don't do no nasty gutter shit like that. All right, let's move on. So,
I might be a 9.
Oh, Lord. Next question.
oh my God. Oh, whew. All right, next question. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. So do y'all think that porn has changed the way we try to do sex? You know, and we see all these people lasting, half an hour screwing and then shooting cum across the room and women squirting all across the room. You think we go in with unrealistic expectations with our partner, thinking that we or them supposed to be able to duplicate that?
Yeah, I think people don't realize all that stuff is acting. All that stuff is prepping. And you have all these young kids going out trying to mimic it. Guys think they're supposed to be like those people. Guys wondering why their dick ain't as big as the videos. I have all these people running around buying pumps and creams and all kind of shit when they don't realize that it's an act. It's not real. It's cut up into bits and pieces and put back together. And you got all these women doing all these acrobatic bullshit, thinking, and that's the phrase they love to tell you. You must not be tearing it up in the bedroom, because the porn stuff show all this unnecessary stuff that half the stuff don't even really do anything. Why you need to fuck somebody standing on their head? Is that necessary?
Oh, yeah.
So you ain't never busted open? You ain't never busted open while doing a handstand?
No. I don't think there's no pleasure in that.
Okay, what about you,
Hold
Melissa?
on. You ain't tried it. Y'all know ain't no pleasure in that. You gotta try it first.
Oh, them chicks do all that stuff because they're getting paid. Take away the money, half of them tell you go fuck yourself.
I'm going to say this. It depends on who you are with. It depends on who you're with and that person's stamina. If your stamina is equivalent to that individual, y'all can have some fun. Now, have I done some crazy shit? Absolutely. Absolutely. Have fun doing it.
Okay, all right. Well, what about you, Dave? Porn, you think it influenced how we looking at sex these days?
No problem. I'm pretty sure when people watch it, it's more easily accessible these days. So, I'm pretty sure. Probably also, like I said, the rise of anal sex is causing porn, I believe. But, to each his own, man. Listen, when you're in the bedroom, man, you're here to have fun. All the other shit, intellectual, all the other shit, that's good. But when you got there, when you doing your thing, man, y'all ain't doing calculus. Y'all try to make each other nut as many times you possibly can.
Okay, all right, I got you. Give me your take on it. Will, he don't eat his vegetables. Go ahead.
No, I mean, yes. I mean, everybody has watched something on video and have at least had the inkling of an idea to try something. I said, the only thing I'll say is that watch porn with the same way that you might watch, LeBron James dunk a basketball. It's a great idea. You might not be able to do that. So just look at it the same way. So there's some things you can take and take supporters, but you can't, like I said.
I don't agree with that either. You can do it. Sometimes you can try.
Let him finish, Dave. Let him finish.
You can try. But to go to callers or go out on the reports, like, no, I said, you watching stuff one, the same way we watch a football game, basketball game. Those are professional athletes. They get paid to do this. They train to do this. The same way the porn actors do. They train to do this. I said, this is what they do when they clock in at 9 o'clock in the morning. They clock in to do this, and they clock out at 5 when they finish. This is what they do. They got technology and stuff. This is their industry. So you might not be able to do all the stuff you see on TV. You can try. It's free. It's a free country. Try it. I said, you might like it. It might work. But I'm just saying, if you see something, and as Eddie Murphy said, back in the damn row, you see Desmond St. John swinging his stuff around on his shoulder, and you ain't got that, that's okay. You can't do that particular thing. Do something else.
See, the problem I got with all of that is that when it comes to porn, and let's say you've been around, and I ain't saying for the young kids, because maybe the young kids don't know, but when you get our age and you understand how certain things work and your body work and how bacteria and all this type of stuff work, because on porn you'll see that. Listen, follow me where I'm going now. On porn, you will see a guy go in her backside, then turn around and put it in her front side. In real life, if you know anything, you would give her some type of bacteria infection if you did that without a condom and all that type of stuff. So I'm saying, as you get older, logically, you start thinking about stuff from a standpoint where you just know this ain't right to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you younger, you might don't know all that, but as you get older, you just know that. Cause the one thing we can't see is how much clinics these people spend time in. You know what I mean? So I believe it do influence, but I think the older you get, the more logical thinking you get, and it change how you look at stuff.
And again, that goes back to who you're with. And it, like you said, it comes with maturity. At the same age, I mean, I would hope that women know that you can't go from the back to the front like that, because that's ludicrous. You know, as far as stamina is concerned, of course they can't go an hour. I've yet to meet a dude that can go an hour. You know, but at the same time, if you got, I didn't hear that.
Okay, wait a minute. Stop. Pause. 1 minute.
What?
So not for you. I'm going to Dave. So Dave, you saying that you're Mr. Hour-long man. I want to hear you say this on record right now.
It's just what I am.
Okay. I'm going to say this.
Call any ex I ever dealt with, they'll tell you the same thing. Ow, nigga. First of all, because it ain't all about pumping. First of all, you got to have control. It's called, Kegel exercise. Back in the day, you got to have control. And sometimes you feel yourself coming, you got to learn how to slow down a little bit. It might do something else. You might slow down, go down, then come back and start over. It ain't necessarily all about pumping straight, an hour straight. It's about having sex for over an hour. Yes, that's easy.
I think he missed my statement. But anyway, go ahead, go to the next question, sir.
Mario asked me a question.
No, I asked him a question, but I just learned that depending on who you with, like they say, if y'all got some type of emotional connection where the woman kind of is into you and she stays wet for that long, then I guess maybe it can happen. But over time, if you stay somewhere too long, at some point she's gonna dry out, and I mean. And it's just going to be a uncomfortable thing on both sides of the fence.
That's why KY made KY. It's stuff you can still use to get the bet right.
I don't know. Some women, after a certain amount of time, they become uncomfortable to them. They'll either tell you, finish your business, or we done here.
Yeah, because if you're using KY, you're trying to use something fake, because your brain ain't kicking in no more for the real thing. If the real thing stops, that's because your brain is tuning out. KY could come all at once, but your brain is out.
Hey, a lot of things you can do to keep it going, but that's cool.
Yeah, KY more popular from the working girl point of view.
Ooh, okay.
Not for when you try to be with your mate. You ain't gonna just keep KY in until he fuck you raw,
So y'all telling me?
Well, this podcast went left.
So hold on. So y'all ain't got nothing, no lubricants on deck, nobody.
Okay.
No, you can, but as you get older and you learn what's going on, you learn KY's at the bottom of the barrel, man.
I'm saying that, but I'm just saying though, I'm saying lubricant in general. Nobody got no lubricants at all. All y'all.
Oh yeah, you got lubricants.
You have to have that, but what I'm saying is, from a stamina standpoint, in regards to what Carlotta was saying, after 45 minutes, my body is like, okay, babe, do what you need to do.
Yeah, now, if your body shut down, that's fine.
You know what? You're a selfish bastard, okay?
I'm just saying. You ain't got to go. If your body shut down, at that point, you can just perform oral. We be good. I'll be good with that. How much you want it? How much you want it?
Well, I guess they say you in that what they say that 10 percentile that you say on grade A test, you in that 10 percentile. That I guess I don't know. That to me that's a long time. By that time, you would hope that y'all, that energy best saved on regrouping and going for the next round instead of trying to make it last 45 minutes.
She said 45. You can't go 45.
Dude, I can go 45. That's not a problem.
No, the woman can always go 45.
I'm talking man.
I can top out in an hour depending on what's going on, but at the same time, Let's be logical about this thing. I know my body. One thing as a woman, when you get older, when you start introducing KY and all this other kind of stuff, you are basically setting yourself up for infections and stuff like that. And that's something I ain't trying to do because, some women are sensitive than others. Miss Kitty is
And that's the point I was trying to make. When you get older, you start looking at stuff from a logical standpoint, and it's hard to have that pure, unadulterated fun like you used to have, because now you're grown, and logic come into play when it comes to a lot of stuff now. Mm. So, I know what you're saying there. You're supposed to get in there and have fun, mix it up, and do whatever. But as you get older, it's hard to let your brain just, I'm going to be done tonight. Come on, baby. You know what I mean? It's hard to do that as you get older. So, all right, so... Yes, with that being said, let's go into that. All orgasms, the same, or you have those ones that just break you all out. Because for women, I've heard and I've understood that they'll have that one where they just said, I did it, and then they'll have that one where the eyes closed, toes curled, they seeing blue sparks, and so I guess it's more of a women question. Because for us men, it could be on a hot day in the back of a photo pickup with bare feet and no clothes, or we'll find a way to bust. But for women, what does it take to really get y'all to that real orgasm, Carlotta?
It's an emotional bond for me. If I'm not really feeling you and it's just a physical thing, it's just going to be basic. But if it's an emotional bond, then it goes, I guess in my mind, it feels like it releases some extra hormones that just make it extra powerful.
Okay. Valencia, what about you? What it take to get you to that moment where you just about to say, I'm about to destroy Pompeii again, the volcano about to erupt?
Well, see, with women, it's two types of orgasms. It's a clitoral orgasm and it's a different type of, I forgot the name of the clinical term for it. It depends on which one I get. So it just depends.
Which one do you prefer?
I prefer the one when I'm with my partner. That's the one I prefer.
So it don't matter whether it's the clit or vaginal. As long as you're with your partner.
Yes.
Okay. So with that being said, Carlotta, what about you? Clit or vaginal orgasm?
Both, as long as it's the right person. As I said, it's emotional. If it's emotional, it don't matter which one.
Okay. So I know the guys, can bust on the end of circumstances, but let me ask you from this time. Have you ever been with a woman where no matter what you did, you just couldn't get yourself to that point? Dave?
I wouldn't say couldn't get myself to that point, but yeah, I could say couldn't get myself to that point. Yeah, I've been with one.
Will, what about you? You ever had a moment where you just say, I don't care what she look like or what she doing, I just can't do it?
Yeah, I've had that experience before. It just didn't click, and go back to one of them my other topics, things happen, teeth in the wrong places, wrong things going on. At that point, you just kind of, at that point, the whole experience has been kind of shut down at that stage.
Okay, let me ask you this question, and we'll move on to the next thing. Have you ever had that moment where you wanted it so bad, but for whatever reason, your little buddy was like, I can't get up for it, and you going, why? What's wrong? You ever had that moment where it just couldn't?
1993, 94, James P. Brawley Road. Oh, man, that's terrible. I'll never get that day. Never tried twice, 2 different times, couldn't do it.
Yeah, couldn't get it up. What about you, Will? You had a moment where you just, for whatever reason, everything was right. Your mind said you wanted it. She was willing, but for some reason, your friend just wouldn't cooperate.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's happened to every guy, though, at least once. Cause just you answer the call 99% of the time. It's always gonna be one. Just I said I don't remember the date, time, and place and street like Dave do, but it's happened.
Sunday afternoon. Margaret was downstairs talking to her friend. I was upstairs, couldn't do nothing. I hate that day. I'll never forget that day. I brag so much too.
So let me ask you this, Carlotta, and like I said, and then we'll go to the next question. On a percentage-wise, how many times do you think you've been with a man and never had an orgasm, percentage-wise? You know, because y'all always swear that either sometimes y'all fake it or you'll just go through the motions, but how often are you not coming?
Maybe 40%, but I don't fake it. I just don't come at all. I'm not going to pretend to make him feel good.
Okay, so after he busts, what are you looking at, Eddie? I mean, what are you saying to him? It's me, it's not you. You know, you giving him that speech?
Yes, I usually do that.
Let me just say for the record, every time y'all get that speech, y'all know deep down inside we do not give a damn.
I know, and that's and sometimes I don't even try to give the speech. I just let it go to see if they'll even notice, and some of them don't notice.
So,
yeah.
Quick question: if you with the person you call, you got to be with to be emotional. Physical, emotional, and intellectual, and you still not having an orgasm. That's a high number.
I think you're thinking. I think you're thinking of a relationship, but when you first meet somebody and you're trying to deal with them, yes, you're having casual sex with them because you think it's going somewhere. That's what I'm basing it off of. You're not really in a full, deep relationship yet, but you're on the way to that point, and that's when you start to realize that you're not compatible with them sexually, or you just not feeling them completely, and that's how you know, okay, I'm gonna get rid of you. You know, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a relationship where you say this is my boyfriend and I'm having problems in it. So.
Okay, what about you, Lindsay? Well, give me a percentage of the times you think that, you know, when you have sex, that you're not coming.
Let's see. Let me think back to my marriage. I'm saying about 40%. Yeah, 40% when I was married. Now I don't play that these days. No, you gonna know. If I didn't, you gonna know. I'm just vocal about it.
Now, I got to give y'all women credit, because do y'all know how higher the divorce rate would be if out of every 10 times we screw, we only bust a nut 6 times?
Man.
6 times. Y'all don't understand how high this sounds.
I mean,
if that was the case,
I'm using my marriage as an example. That's what I'm basing off of. Because after I divorced, I'm telling you straight up what you didn't do, what you did do. That's just how I am. One thing I made a vow when I was in my marriage: I am not gonna lay there and not be satisfied. I'm just not gonna do it. You're crazy as hell.
But you'll be surprised how many women out there right now married are not satisfied, and a lot of men are doing that one-sided fuck. And that's what's going on in a lot of marriages, why people ain't happy.
Okay, that goes back to y'all got to goddamn say something. Hey.
I'm going to tell you.
But it's hard to say something when a lot of women feel that especially if that type of guy is providing a lot for the woman, you know, helping up with the kids and paying bills and stuff, because a lot of women feel like in today's world, which is true, who else you going to find to help you do this stuff? So a lot of women just deal with it and rather go get somebody on the side before they say something. That's the God honest truth.
I mean, I know. I hear it all the time. I hear it from my female friends. I get it. I understand. I ain't mad at them. But as a single black woman, sorry.
So your female friends will tell you they're not having orgasms either.
I'm sorry?
You think your female friends will tell you they're not having orgasms either?
Yeah, with their husband, yeah. They'll fake it. Because they know he gonna pay their mortgage, he gonna pay their car note, he gonna take care of them kids. They gonna do what they gotta do to make sure their money coming.
And it's not only money. A lot of it is emotional. If you're in a marriage and the man is not doing their part, and you feel you're not getting enough attention, he's not giving enough to you, you giving more than him. A lot of women have resentment. So when they get to the bed, that's the only power they have. They don't want to fuck. But some of them feel, okay, let me do it just to keep peace. And so you have a one-sided sex because she has resentment, but she lets you do it anyway. She ain't even trying to get an orgasm. She's just trying to get you to bust so you leave her the fuck alone.
So you trying to tell me your happiness is so unimportant that you willing to put your happiness, your satisfaction, your pleasure on the back burner and be that way for years?
Because what happens a lot of times is the woman will try to say there's a problem first. The man will kind of work with it, then they'll eventually go back into their routine. After a while, guys don't care what it is. They see everything as nagging. And some women don't want to nag. They want to keep peace, so they stop complaining because they see nothing is getting resolved. Then it turns into, I remember my aunt, my uncle used to say my aunt would think she's slick. She would go clean the kitchen at night and just keep cleaning until he'd fall asleep, and he noticed the pattern. A lot of marriages are messed up that way, where the woman just trying to avoid going there and having sex. Why? Because it's one-sided. You start making love to a woman from the moment you wake up in the morning. The way you interact with her is what stimulates her for her to want to deal with you at night. So you can't ignore her and treat her like shit all day, and then at night you tap her on the shoulder till her turn over. And that's where a lot of women will say, look, I don't want to piss him off. I want peace. I'll lay here and I'll pretend I came just to please them. But it won't last long because eventually it's leading down to divorce somewhere if you don't fix it.
Did I miss something? Is it where it's only our job to kind of go back and forth to have an interaction where we might lead to sex? When it just becomes solely our job.
Well, I don't agree with that. And that's what I was getting ready to say once Carlotta finished. It's one of those things. It has to be a form of communication there. It can't be one-sided. I just don't believe in it. I told my ex-husband, listen, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. We got this, that, and the third going on. And when he didn't want to make the provisions, guess what? You went to sleep on your own. I'm not going to keep doing that, and it's nobody, no marriage, no even relationship, and let's just think outside of marriage. No relationship, if I am intimate with you, I should not suffer, nor should you suffer. It should be a communication across the board.
But I think it's a phase. Everybody goes through certain stages before you get to the point where you're not doing anything, and then it leads to, well, you know what, we can't be married anymore.
Okay, I agree with that part. All right, go ahead, Dave.
But certain things are not necessarily, like you said, you got to do things lead up to the bedroom. But at the same time, you got to do things also lead up to the bedroom. You'll be amazed if you start something where somebody might finish. If somebody ain't used to doing a certain thing in a certain way, they're not going to do it. Sometimes you can change people's habits if you make an attempt. If they don't know, they don't know. So if you want, I don't know, if you want somebody to caress you during the daytime, walk up to that person and hug on that person too. He might hug you back. He might kiss you on the neck. He might do certain things way before that happens.
I've been married for 20 years. I was married for 20 years. I tried all of that shit. If you can't keep pushing yourself on a man, after a while, emotionally, it makes the woman feel less of a woman. That man has to make some of the move. I'm not going to come over and suck your dick in the middle of a game to get your attention. I'm not going to come curl beside you to make you feel that he got to do something too. After a while, when he stops, don't do anything. You got to do all this. That's when you go to somebody else.
Won't do though. I always say
maybe that's that man.
Shit. Suck your dick doing the game.
No, I ain't no damn freak whore. I'm not gonna distract you.
You married.
Because guess what? When you start sucking dick during a game, that man expect you to keep doing that shit all the damn time. And he got to learn that he needs to put something out there too. It's not one.
Okay, so the compromise to this is you give him head during the game, and he'll go down on you while you cutting coupons.
He might.
No, for women, it's not physical. It's not physical. It's emotional.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true all the time.
For some women, it's emotional. You can't ignore me all day and walk around act like I don't exist, like Al and Peg. And then
it's a game.
What year you checked out?
It's a game with me. I'm sorry. I don't know. I think and again, it's that person. It depends on who that individual is, who that person is. I just know for me, if I'm into you like that, I don't mind teasing you. I don't mind texting you, sending you a picture, something like that. Hell, I don't mind giving you head during a fucking game. Don't mind doing it. And we'll stop in the middle of it. And you're like, babe, for real, you gonna stop? Yep, I'm gonna stop. So once this game is over with, you know what you're getting ready to come up to. So it's that person. It's that communication. Huh?
But what if you have the man that is one-sided? How long you gonna keep teasing him before you realize you're not getting nothing back from him?
When the red flag comes up, I'm 86 in your ass. I'm not playing with you. I don't have time for it. See, I'm a communicator. I am a communicator. I believe wholeheartedly on both sides. We should be able to communicate what we need and what we want. If we cannot come to a common ground, we need to go separate ways. It's no need of us staying in something that's not working. I don't care if it's just a fuck friend relationship or a marriage. You need to open your mouth and let it be known what's not working. I'm sorry. That's just how
that's the problem, where some people will get comfortable with you giving and they don't want to give back. And that's the kind of issues that I'm talking about, where the guy will get comfortable with being teased, but he don't think he should do nothing back.
Do you not understand the way you're saying, though? You're very comfortable with somebody giving to you and you not giving back. It's two-way street. But hold on real quick, Valence. If you giving the head in the middle of the game and you stop before he comes, at that point in time, in my mind, the game goes off. We got unfinished business.
That's my tactic. That's my tactic. See, as a woman,
the game goes off. We got unfinished business.
As a woman, I know my power and I know my worth when it comes down to certain
stuff. I check the final score, guys. I can check the final score. Yeah.
All right, Will, chime in real quick, Will. We haven't heard from you in a while. Go ahead, give us your opinions on this.
Well, I was enjoying the conversation, but I mean, I see both sides of the issue, and I mean, the bottom line of it is all the stuff that Valencia and Dave are saying about do the things for your partner during the day, do the little things and do it. I said, you should do those things. And to Blanche's point, when you find out that as you do those things, there's no return, there's no reciprocation of it, it's time for that hard talk and it's time to go if you need to go. I mean, I don't wish for anyone to be in some situation where you're constantly giving, constantly trying to meet somebody in the middle and they never come into the middle. I mean, it's an unfortunate result, but sometimes some things just have to end. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I mean, but don't let that bad person define how you treat every other relationship for the rest of your life. Because now you've taken a bad experience. You've taken that baggage to some place to where you might be messing up something that was meant to work down the road, but because it's one guy, woman that screwing something up. Said, now you treat everybody else. Well, you know what? I ain't going out like that no more. So I'm just gonna do me. And now you screwing up stuff. So I mean,
you have to see the guy you even with before you can get that far. Is he like that? Is he flirtatious or not? Do he like touching you or caressing you or not? Way before you get to this point. Cause if the guy already like this, sometimes. As a woman, you say you ain't doing this, he got it in his mind, I ain't doing this either. So if both of y'all going, I ain't doing this to satisfy her, I ain't doing this to satisfy him, y'all is shit for no reason but the fuck and pay bills. So you can't get mad if your mindset is, I ain't doing this, and his mindset is, I ain't doing that to please both of y'all. That's retarded to me. At some point, you got to open up and do something a little different than that. You can't keep doing the same shit over no respect of the work.
Of course you're going to do that. But if you don't get participation, that's when you realize that, okay, this ain't going to work. You're going to at first try and see how they respond. But some people, you have to admit, are selfish. They will receive, but they don't think in their mind they should put any effort into giving back.
And in all honesty, and not to be rude or cruel, but truth be told, maybe both of y'all checked out a relationship at the same damn time, and maybe he just checked out you more than you did. Maybe he just didn't give a fuck no more. Period. Point blank.
No, I think sometimes they're just selfish. Men get caught up. Men get caught up into themselves, and Dave, you don't have a pussy to know this, but men do get caught up into receiving pleasure because it's so much easier for them that a lot of times they don't really think about the pleasure of a woman. It takes a guy that has to have more of a conscience to say, wait a minute, let me slow my shit down to make sure, look out for the woman.
I don't have a pussy, true, but I am a man.
But you don't know what it's like on the woman's side. It does take effort to deal with the woman because we take a little longer than y'all, and we're more emotional.
No, it takes effort, but today's point, that's not a male issue. That's a bad man issue. That's not an issue because I have a penis. I'm prone to doing it. That's because that's just the wrong joker. I mean, that's just that's all it is. That's it.
And that's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about a good man. I'm talking about the bad guys that are out there that stuff don't work with.
Truth of the matter is, if a dude is, like Dave said, if a dude is into you, and Will said that, and he want to spend some time and he care about how you feeling about something, and once again, it's been communicated that what you like and what you don't like, and are you that affectionate type person? Because what I've learned is women scream and talk about affection and romance, but it's only on their side that they want us to give it to them. You know what I mean? Because I've learned that when a woman has to be romantic, and I'm not saying all women, I find out that most women think romance is they gave us some snatch. That's romance to them.
Yeah.
So we got to go all out for
All
romance.
that dinner,
But
wine.
a lot of times when women do romance towards men, they don't really even realize it's romance. So you got to really screen it from both sides.
It's the person you dealing with. It's just really people you dealing with at this point in time.
You can't go you can't make a nice meal for a man and the first thing he says, damn, it needs more salt. You know what I mean? You got to connect that she's trying to be romantic and deal with it a certain way. So
I'm like Will said, you would have fucked up person. I'm just gonna put it like you just would have fucked up person.
No, I mean, but in her defense, let's just face it, not all men are up on things, and now maybe we can only say certain things because we at a certain age now, but maybe when you were 21, you didn't feel this way. Maybe when you were 21, you were just busting and lusting and get on up out of there, you didn't care about if she came or not.
Shit.
I mean, right or wrong, when you were 21, you felt the way you feel right now at 40?
I mean, no, but to that point though, you're in a different mindset because at 21, I mean, and I can't speak for everybody on the phone, but for most 20-year-olds, generally speaking, 80% of what you were doing was casual. I said you weren't necessarily falling in love and getting to that point. I mean, if you got there, you probably thought about it when you got to that point when you said you love somebody. You thought of those things, but you just walking around a college campus somewhere and just basically, just taking your shots. You're taking your shots. You're not thinking about that. I mean, to your point, I mean, as you get older, you start, you start retiring out the, I'm just trying to, knock stuff on the bedpost to, I need to find something for real. Your mindset changes. But I can't criticize someone for being in a casual sex mind state and doing casual sex things. And if you come across that person, and that's 30 and 40 year olds, that's 50, 60 year olds in the casual sex thing. Let me not say it's an age thing, but when you find out you with the person you're talking to is a casual sex person and you not, hey, shake hands, whatever. If you want to be friends with benefits, go for it. But just know you're not getting the things you need from the casual sex person necessarily because they looking for different stuff than you are. If you're looking for this deep emotional connection and relationship and stuff, and you see the person you talking to, and and I know a lot of women that do just be honest with me, and the guy's honest with them, and then they don't believe it when the guy is honest with them. They say, no, I just want to screw. And when you find out it's true, it's like, how could you? I told you from the beginning, that's what I wanted to do. You assumed you could change my viewpoint of life. And if somebody say that's what they want to do and that's what they want to do, hey, leave it alone. Because you can't get mad at someone who wants casual sex because they want casual sex and lets you know about it up front. If they screwing around with you, that's a different story. But if you two grown adults and that talk has been had, you can't get mad because they have a different viewpoint than you do at that stage. At that point, you got to accept the risk.
But you got to also keep in mind, too, that from their point of view as the women, they must run across a lot of crap. So we only judge, see, Dave and you and me only judge because you know how you are. They know how he is, and he say, okay, he please women, he can go 4 to 5 minutes, but you got to keep in mind that you are not in the norm, and they must run across a lot of guys who just don't cry, just want to bust it, bruh, and don't give a crap. And you gotta admit, you can say, okay, just don't deal with that guy. But some guys are really damn good at putting up fronts until they get to a certain point and then bounce. And y'all know that for a fact. So sometimes it's hard for them to judge who is the right person to come. Guys can keep it up. Shit, we've seen guys that keep it all the way up until they marry some damn body. So, I mean, for them, I would imagine it's hard. But going back to Dave's point, it got to be communication. All right. With that being said, we're going to leave everything right there. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Random Select Podcast, the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk. And if you would like to hear more or read some of our very interesting blogs, you can go to therandomselect.com, where you can find podcasts, blogs, and don't forget to click on that donation page if you like the content that you heard today or you like any of the content that you see on the website. Please go to patreon.com/randomselect and become a patron. Please support. We will appreciate every little bit, and every little bit counts. You can find the Random Select Podcast on everywhere that you find social media. Anywhere that there's a podcast streaming, you should be able to find the Random Select Podcast there. We're on iTunes, we're on Stitcher, we're on Blueberry, we're on Google Play Music, we're on TuneIn Radio. So, once again, anywhere where you find social media at, you can find the Random Select Podcast. And don't forget to go to the website once again and read those very interesting blogs that are being written by Carlotta. She's putting her hard work into it, so read them. And with that being said, the Random Select is out.
You have been listening to Random Select. Thank you. Goodbye.